So, Scott, any comments about you led calls today?
Yeah, we're happy. We had a bit of a focus going into this game to be better on set pieces, to be more dangerous on set pieces, and I think it was pretty clear today. You know, with Jem in those moments, those were important moments in the game. They decided the game. So really happy with that. I think we have, along with Jem, other players as well who can be really dangerous on set pieces. The service today was very good from Clarence, and it's an important part of the game. And it's a part of the game that if you want to be able to win against teams where you're not going to get a ton of chances, but you have a lot of the ball, then you've got to be able to be effective. So really happy that he was able to score 2 goals today.
Jem and Wanvi were talking about communication with this one. How have you seen this team improve on communicating so far into this season?
Yeah, I think well, there's lots of different kinds of communication, right? I think you have a group of players that have come together that have now played in some really difficult games, and the understanding between players, and it's more like these subtle moments of communication, is growing. I think the group is growing. I think they really like each other. I think there's a real they enjoy being together, they enjoy spending time together, and that's building a lot of cohesion on the field and off the field. So I think the group is made a lot of progress, and communication is so important to that.
Jem was talking about how he can be really loud out there, him coming from England and the professional football atmosphere over there. So what's it been like having him here and then to come out and get his first goals in a brace?
Yeah, I think Jem brings energy, right? And that can be something that can be transmitted and contagious. And when you have someone that's vocal and they're going to give energy to other people, I think it can help other people to kind of raise their level. And the more players that are willing to do that, to give energy to others, I think it raises their level, and I think it raises other people's level as well. So not everyone is wired the same way in terms of how they want to lead. Some people are a little bit more by example. Jem's one. I think he actually plays better when he's organizing and communicating.
He talked about Timothy Rice coming back. What was it like having him back out there today?
It was so good to see Timo out there. He had we were talking about it as he came off the field. It's been a year pretty much to the day since he's been able to play, and so he's such a great person. He's such a good teammate. He's all these incredible things off the field, and on the field he's such a good player. So to have him back, to give us another player at the right back position at this really high level, I think it's important for us, and I was very happy for him. You can only imagine the amount of work that he's had to put in with our training staff, and they're amazing. Pat, the work he's done to help Timo get back into a position where he can play at this level. The surgeons, there's so many people that help Timo get there, but the amount of work Timo's had to do, it's incredible. So really happy for him.
Managed to get that draw against the top 25 South Florida program there. According to the players, you guys really dominated that one. Just what's your take on that, and how does that kind of help prepare you, because you got 2 more top 25 opponents coming up?
Yeah, I think that USF game, without it really being my opinion, just looking at the statistics, we were very good in that game. We created a lot of chances. Our XG, I think, was a goal plus higher than theirs. The amount of possession, it was a really good performance from the group, and the energy the group had, the intensity that the group brought to the game, how they competed. It was a bit of a derby, right? And there's the war on I-4, and we have a lot of new players, and they weren't initially aware of that. But they became aware of that with a couple posts that were put out on social media, and I think that really showed that we can compete, and that we're willing to battle. And I thought we were very good in that game. I thought we were very unfortunate. Their goalkeeper played quite well, and I thought we were unfortunate not to score more in that game.
What have you learned about this team over the course of this non-conference slate?
Yeah, I mean, I think people are within this group. There's a lot of depth, and so today you even saw, we made a couple changes with about 15-20 minutes to go in the first half, and we saw I think an increase in our performance, and those guys gave us a real lift, and the level was excellent from them. So it's really difficult to make choices with this group in terms of who's going to start, who's going to come off the bench, who's going to play how many minutes. So I was really excited to see that we have a depth in quality, and there are some players, maybe they're not starting, but they have the right attitude, that they want to come on, they want to make a difference. So there's so many things I've learned about this group, and I think this group is growing in its performances, and I'm excited I think we've definitely put this group through enough adversity where they're ready to now play a conference schedule.
You've mentioned how you talked about you getting better on set pieces. What's it like to immediately see them respond in a way like this?
Yeah, I think I think for one, they're a group that's willing to take on information, and they do want to they do want to produce what's being asked of them from the coaches. So they're a group that's able to learn quickly, continue to get better, and they were very good in that facet of the game today.
The conference schedule you're talking about starts out tough with 2 top 25 opponents. You go on the road to face Kentucky, and then you come back against a top 10 team in West Virginia.
Yeah.
So just what does this team need to do in order to pull out a win there?
I think we have to get better ourselves, and sometimes you're spending time focusing on what do you have to do to specifically play against an opponent, and sometimes you're working on the things that you need to do really well. And I think we can continue to get better in the final third. I think there was a big step in South Florida, and this was a little different game because they sat in a low block. They made it very difficult for us to get into the final third. But I think we have to continue to grow in that facet of the game for sure.
Wamvi got the chance to showcase the story behind his number change. We saw that recently. What was it like for you to kind of see him get a chance to tell that story and to be with him as he kind of navigated that process to change it?
Yeah, I love, obviously these guys, they're more than just soccer players, right? And they come here and they have a lot of history, a lot of personal stories. So for me, I think it's really important that people see this other side to our athletes.
Everything good?
Awesome. Best of luck out in Kentucky, Coach.
All right. Thanks, guys.